Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mike, and it is game night. The Badgers will be hosting the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers in Camp Randall Stadium. Night game in front of crazy people, drunk, wild crowd, hopefully. And I'm wearing my Erica Jerkowski Badger hat. Thank you, Erica, for the gift. I'm excited about the game. We're favored by 35 points. I don't think we're going to cover. I think we're just going to throw the vanilla game at them and just pound them and maybe win by 17. That's my prediction. But I could be wrong. They could be on fire. But we've had a lot of, well, not a lot, but a few little hold-ups in camp. We got a couple of receivers out tonight. D-back just decided he wanted to quit and transfer. Second string couldn't handle the competition, evidently. Or maybe it was something else. You never know. I went through a lot of shit when I was 21 years old, 20 years old. So what was it? Yesterday? No, yesterday I had a good ride. The day before I missed a swim. Today I went and got a swim in, but it wasn't all that. But I felt good about it. It was basically 30 straight solid hard minutes. And I'm really more concerned about a good rhythm in my swim these days than anything, and just feeling strong. I don't necessarily know how fast I'll be, but if I can just stay swimming and not get wore out by the end like I have been, that's a win. Tomorrow, 4 hours on the bike, 30-minute run, maybe off the bike, or maybe a little bit later. I don't know. I haven't decided. But all in all, I've changed my diet a little bit. Not changed it, but I've kind of went back to like kind of how I would normally eat, which maybe isn't the best, but it's basically just I plow down food when I'm hungry. And I find that I need calories. I don't know what it's just that simple. So I'm not trying to craft my body into a piece of art right now. I'm just trying to feel strong and energized. And not only just with workouts, but just in general, because it's a big block and there's no time for, counting too many calories for me. I just don't have the, knowledge or patience or anything like that to really carve in solid calories across the board and always eat solid. So I'm just eating a lot of stuff, and it feels really good, actually. And I've had the last few days, I've had really strong workouts. So to me, that's the indicator. And, you lose some calories during an Ironman, right? So I should be nice and trim the day after. And then maybe I'll start some kind of crazy diet. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for football. It's going to be a nice distraction. I haven't found much of anything going on TV-wise to take my mind away from the actual training. My life sort of centers around triathlon with the podcast and videos that we make and everything else that goes along with it, which is awesome. But you do need a little bit of a distraction, and I think football is going to be nice. And I'm also I'm going to head to Wisconsin next week, probably Wednesday. So I'll be up there and ready to cheer on some people and make another video. And what else is going on? Ozark starts today. I can't wait to dive into that. Maybe later tonight, pick up an episode on Netflix. And that's really about it. Except, like I said, I've kind of incorporated some a little more eating lately. We've been talking about it on the podcast and stuff like that. And I kind of went back to a few steaks the other night. Well, no, I didn't have them both in one night, but I had two steak nights and some steak lunch kind of fajita things that I made up. And I've been just plowing down. I was kind of on a pasta thing for a while, and I think that might have been kind of that I wasn't getting enough protein. I don't think. I don't know. I mean, this is such a confusing topic for everybody, but I just know that I've been throwing some avocados in the mix and some steak and um, what else? Oh, I've been actually drinking a lot of water. I mentioned this the other day, but I kind of like have been trying to really get a nice glass or two of water in my stomach at least a half hour before I eat. And so far, so good on that. I think that I'm going to keep playing around with that and focusing on hydration because I think that's a piece that we really lose. Hey, Wes, man, it's super hard to balance. And, we'll be talking about it soon, but enough good calories and not too many. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like if for me, when I start eating or I start like thinking too hard about my diet during Ironman, that sort of affects my performance. But if I'm doing all this crazy hard training, I tend to just sort of lose pounds, not like fast, but over time. And there's always that complication of like, muscle weighing more than fat or whatever. I don't know. And sometimes, you never know because if you're building a lot of muscle, and I think a lot of that is water weight because muscles and water, and there's all these complications. People just don't know. It's that simple. And you just kind of got to do, and hopefully it's, do the thing you want to do, and hopefully you just feel good, really, because I think if you're doing the right things and you got to be patient with sort of losing weight. And I mean, I don't feel like I'm way out of the ballpark by any means, but I'll probably be carrying a couple extra pounds, and I ideally maybe would want to during Ironman, but um, you just got to feel good, you know. If you're trying to start, I also think that sometimes, yeah, go Badgers is right. It's a big night. I've been looking forward to this. No, but I think sometimes that you can. I don't know that the whole weight loss thing is so complicated because sometimes I think if you don't eat enough calories, that can actually force you to store fats and gee, who knows, right? Like sometimes I feel like I eat a lot and I lose weight slowly, and if I don't eat a lot, I don't lose weight, or it's the same. So I mean, especially when you're in late Ironman season training blocks, I mean, now is not the time to worry about getting too fancy with perfect calorie intake. I don't think. If you're tired, it's like you want to kind of stay ahead of it. You want to eat enough ahead of it. You want to eat enough during, and you want to eat enough after. And it's about restoring. And there's a lot of people that um, really act like they know everything, and I'm sure a lot of people kind of do. But like people get ripped up, and I don't. I I mean, frankly, I've been to a lot of Ironman races, and the Ironman triathletes aren't typically shredded. I'd say, probably, let's say 20%, 15, 20%. And I think that's high. If you look at the whole field, I mean, it's just very hard to do. I mean, you have to be so disciplined to kind of keep that energy level and, be super low body fat and all that other stuff. So, I almost think it's a long-term thing, and I think a lot of it happens in the off season, to be honest. I think if you train your body in the off season to like burn a little more fat, and I think obviously you can do that during the season too, but I think it's just risky. So that's why a lot of times early in the year I like to ride with maybe just water sometimes if I'm not going too hard, and just work that endurance by not putting calories in and teaching your body to burn a little more fat. But I think again, that's like sort of off-season stuff, or definitely not, a month or two out from Ironman. Something that can really set you back. But anyway, what do I know? I just go by feel. And speaking of feel, my bike computer doesn't work. I can't sync it up. The miles per hour isn't showing, so I'm either going to have to get a new one or upgrade to a Garmin Connect, but that's taking me down that electronics world that I don't necessarily want to go down. because frankly, I have a hard enough time syncing my watch to my phone. And it's kind of nice to be able to do that now, but I don't want to get too caught up in the numbers. I like the feel part of this, and that's just me for now. Plus, I'm going to be riding an aluminum bike. I don't have anything fancy. I'm wearing old bike shoes. I think they might be the original bike shoes I got, like when I started this business. They have been spray painted black. So I just wing it, but I'm winging it a little bit less this time because Robbie's got me a little more dialed in with the training plan. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I think it's a damn good move to get focused with an actual plan. At least three months out from an Ironman, or I think it's good to have a plan all the time, and I usually do, but it's just a little looser because I'm experimenting and things like that. But I'm also very close to Robbie. I talk to him almost daily, so nothing gets too out of whack. But anyway, thanks for checking in. I'm Mike with the Crushing Iron Podcast, and we just put up episode 194. Be real with yourself, and that's what I'm trying to be. Let's go, Badgers, and have a great weekend. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow afternoon after I get done cycling, and I'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully I'll eat enough pizza tonight to carry me through. All right, everybody. See you.